It's hard to imagine that it's already January 1st. I want to wish everybody a happy New Year's. I mean, I didn't get a chance to do it last night. I experienced just an overwhelming joy. I did something new. I did something different. And I brought in the new year at a place called Calvary Worship Center. It was amazing. I'm talking like, I can't even explain it. It's like trying to explain the sunrise to somebody who's never seen the sun. You know, like it was beautiful. You know, I couldn't believe how fast this year went. This year went by so quick. And it just seems like yesterday I was making the video when I was wearing the blue hoodie and I was walking through the neighborhood at my parents' place and just talking about change and talking about how people don't change with their lives. And you know, if you look back and you reflect on the past, say, 10 years of your life, and you're looking at it, you know, 2016, 2015, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, and you go back 10 years at least, and you look back at every single thing that you've done and all the New Year celebrations that you've had, and you think about that, and you think about this cycle that's constantly repeating it. And here we are, we're celebrating. It's a time to celebrate. We have this big celebration. But the thing is, everybody goes back when the lights are off and the curtains roll up and the show's over. And you got to come back to this thing called reality. And you have to go back to the job that you really dislike working. And you got to go back to the same coworkers that irritate you. It's the thing that keeps you up at night. The thing that is driving you to the point of depression. And you're really willing to give it up. And then here comes a new year, and the new year is saying, everybody's like, oh, you know, I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to write down my goals. I'm going to be a better person. All these things. And then that's fine. And we got all these New Year's resolutions. And then about a week later, 2 weeks later, 3 weeks, maybe a month, we go back to the same cycle. And it repeats itself, and it repeats itself. And I do feel in my heart that this has been a generational thing. And if you actually look down your family tree and you see where all of these things were stopping you and limiting you from being the best person that you can possibly be, the person that God created you to be. But it's up to you to break that, what I like to call a generational curse. And it's up to you. And only you can do it. Because if you don't do it, and your children and your children's children's children come down the road, and that cycle's going to continue to keep repeating itself. I've done research on this. Go back and read. Do your history. Look at all the people around, and you'll see that this is the real deal. I think it's important to really come to the realization that when we were created, we had a certain work that we had to do. That God put something inside of us. And even if you look back in the Bible and you read about the Garden of Eden and how there was no other humans and there was only one, and that was Adam. And he stayed there, and the only command that he had was to work. It wasn't to go out there and make money. It wasn't to go out there and eat the fruit. It wasn't to do nothing. It was just to work. That's it. And you know what the thing is? Only when he started working, then other things started coming. And he blessed him with certain things. And he blessed him with a partner. And that partner came from him. And it's just like, you know, we could be going through something right now in this new year. And you could be single. And you could be wanting to meet somebody. And that's cool. You know what I mean? We're all in that same situation. Loneliness is very lonely. Nobody likes to be lonely. It's depressing. It's bad for your health. You know, we're not supposed to be by ourselves. We're supposed to be with somebody. And the thing is, he took his rib and he pulled it out and he made a woman out of the rib. Now you gotta think, only to help him with the work. Or help her with the work, you know, like whatever it is, your partner is there to help you. And sometimes we get trapped up in these relationships that aren't working. and they're not fulfilling. And there's a big reason for that. Because the enemy is really real. Okay? Like Satan's going to try to, or whatever your belief is, okay? But there's a negative energy out there. And it's wanting to be a cancer, and it's wanting to come into your life, and it's wanting to rob the things that God created for you. And it's wanting to steal it. And it will come to take what is yours. And that's why you got to understand, you got to get crystal clear that he's a very, very sneaky, and he's manipulative, and he knows exactly what to say, and he knows how to get you. And the thing is, there's a difference between, right and wrong. Yeah, you're going to come to a point in your life where you're not going to want to do wrong. It's called sanctification. It's like when you have a different way of looking at things. You don't want to go back to your vomit, the stuff that you already puked up. You don't want to go back to that. So it's like you're not going to do the wrong things. You're not going to do something that's wrong. But he's very smart. He'll get you to do something that's good and right. And that'll be between that. And that could be like, yeah, maybe I'm in a relationship and it's like, she cooks, she cleans, she does all she rubs my back, she does everything. But the thing is, deep down inside, it's not right. And that can go same thing for women out there that are talking about guys. But you know in your soul that it's not right. Or that job you're working at. Yeah, you get a paycheck. Yeah, whatever. You know what I mean? You get your bills paid. You come home, you got a roof over your head. You got food on the table. It's all good. It's fine. But then what happens? It's not right. It's not right in your heart. And then you got this situation where it's like, man, that thing that you're doing that's just good, and you're not doing what God actually put into your heart for you to go out there and do. And then something happens where you have an accident, or you can't go back to work, or you heaven forbid, you die. And then what? And then you got to go and you're buried this then. You're remembered for one generation, maybe a third, and then you're gone. And nobody ever knew that you came to this planet to do something. Nobody ever knew that you had the gift inside that only you had. You gotta start thinking about these kind of things. I'm doing this video to get you in a mental state where you're starting to think, I gotta find out what my work is. I gotta find out what's on the inside. Your job is your skill set. That's your skill set. That's the thing that you learned how to do. But your work is your gift. And you got to start bringing your gift to the table. Because 2017, it's not going to be easy. All right? There's going to be many challenges. There's going to be many obstacles. And the world's getting worse. But the thing is, we got to come together. And we gotta just look the person in the mirror that we look at. Even for myself, I gotta look and I say, Steve, I'm not going to live my life the way I've been living it. Those things in 2016, those things that weren't serving me, no more. I'm busting the bondage that's going on. I'm breaking the chains. And I pray every day. Like a fire, because you got to fight fire with fire. And everything's going to come up against you. I would love to tell you that 2017 is going to be easy and everything's going to work out. But you know what the thing is? When there's a blessing, it's followed by a storm. When there's a blessing, it's followed by a storm. Period. But guess what? Are you a fighter? Because I am. I will fight anything that comes my way. And I fight it with prayer. And I fight it with the good fight of faith. Because I'm a believer. I'm a believer. I've seen miracles happen. Last night was a miracle. I dropped to my knees. So many people there. Dropped to my knees and just giving praise to be in the presence of God. You know what I'm saying? Bringing in the new year. Celebrating the King. The King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. The Alpha and the Omega. The beginning and the end. Everything. Talk about a little bit of money here. Talk about a car here. Talk about the house here. What does it matter? What does it matter if you don't know who God is? Who gave you these things? Then we go into 2017 with all the high hopes and dreams and think everything's going to be better. You know what the thing is? You want to know when it's going to get better? When you get better. It's going to get better when you get better. When you stop the excuses and hold yourself accountable. Look in the mirror and tell yourself, this is where I screwed up. Do you know how many times that I've had to do that? Where I had to look in the mirror and I had to say, you know what? I messed up. I'm sorry. But what do you say to your kids? What do you say to your family? What do you have a responsibility? And a responsibility, not only that to God, not only that to the people that you have to affect for the gift that you have to bring to the world. Nobody else can do that. Your responsibility is for you to put that gift out. And you can do it. You got to give up everything that wasn't serving you in 2016. Just give it up. Let it go. Let it go. I'm taking a bunch of stuff, that I accumulated that wasn't right to me. I'm taking it in the backyard, and I got a jerry can of gas. I'm pouring it on it, and I'm lighting it on fire, and I'm going. You want to know why? Because you got to fight fire with fire. You got to have that fire. You got to go out there. You got to have that. I got the Holy Spirit, man. The Holy Spirit's fire. Woo! You know what? And when you do that, mountains move in your life. Mountains move. Obstacles move. Everything that you ever want is right in front of you because it's already inside of you. You got to dig down deep as far as what you really want in life, what you really want in your career, what you really want for your finances, what you really want for your family. You got to dig down deep. You don't just find diamonds on the surface. You got to dig for them. Sometimes you got to pull them out of the mud, but they're there. You wash it off. Wash it off with prayer. And eventually you'll have a nice, beautiful diamond. And it'll shine, and it'll shine so bright that it'll shine on other people. Jesus said, be the light and the salt of the earth. Go out there and season it. Go out there and illuminate the dark areas in people's lives. Why not? We're all going to die. The question is, how do you want to live your life? How are you going to live your life? And what are you going to do different in 2017 to do it? I can go on, I can take this message and turn it into a 2-hour message. I can really do that because I can go forever. But you know what the thing is? I value your time. And I just want to give you a little encouragement. 2017 is your year. 2017 is your year to go and make a difference in the world. Go and make a difference in your life. Look yourself in the mirror and be proud. Keep your head up. Keep your head up. Puff your chest out. And just do it. Look in the mirror and be proud about who you look in the mirror at. You're a winner. You made it this far. Nobody else made it. Look at your friends. They didn't make it. Look at the people that you know. They didn't make it to where you are right now. Look at what you have. Look at what you got to be grateful for. This is your year. Get crystal clear on what you want to do this year. And you watch God open up the floodgates in your life. When you align yourself with your work, not your job. Your job you can be fired from, but your work you can never be fired from it. When you align yourself with that and you do your work, I'm telling you, floodgates will open up. Blessings will come. The resources, the support, it'll all be there. But you put your faith in something. You start trusting in something. And you're going to see some things happen in your life that are supernatural. And you will never be able to understand it. But that's not your business. That's God's business. Because He created you. And He created you with something that you got to do. And I do believe that 2017, this is going to be the year that you have to go out there and do it. You will make that change. You will look that person in the mirror and say, hey, you know what? I'm not the same person. I'm not going to go back to eating my vomit. I already threw it up. I don't want. Why would I go back? You got to keep moving. Keep flowing. And you know what? Together, we're going to keep growing. I love you so much, guys. It's my mom's birthday. I got to go out there. I'm going to go over for some cake and ice cream. And it's going to be beautiful. So, okay. Love you guys. Talk to you soon.